What on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got some Digimon news to talk about. Now, I am a little bit croaky, nothing particularly suspicious here. Too much singing with me family. I regret nothing, but I am a little bit croaky, so you have my apologies. But I've had a throat lozenge, and I've had some water, and we are going to do this, because there is a bunch of Digimon news that we need to talk about. And let's face it, we are just 4 days away from release, but more on that in a moment. So we do have the gaming channel whose name I cannot pronounce, who have gone and revealed, or at least shown and translated, some cards that are going to be given out at TAMER battles, including a brand new promo card. Now, the promo card in question is PATAMON'S Confession, and it is a free option card. You don't have to pay anything to use it. And if you've got Takeru in your field, that particular Tamer is in play, you choose a Patamon from your field and you put it on the bottom of your security zone. Any evolution sources obviously get discarded, or trashed in the parlance of Digimon. Now, unless I'm misinterpreting this, that means it turns a Patamon into a security card. And you start the game with 5 security cards, and when you run out and your opponent attacks, you lose the game. So, this seems like a good thing to me. Like, this seems like a wonderful, wonderful thing. Now, it's a very combo-heavy card. I mean, the card itself is fine. It's a zero-cost card. But you've got to have Takeru in play, and you've got to have a Patamon in play. But then again, the Patamon, you can literally play it, and then just play this right away. And all of a sudden, that Patamon becomes a security card. And then your opponent is further away from winning the game. Like, I cannot be the only one that thinks this sounds really good. I mean, we've seen a few of these cards now, which are clearly taken from the anime. And this looks by a wide, wide margin to be the best of them so far. And I don't think it's even close, to be honest with you. If you're playing the relevant Tamer card, if you're playing Patamon, this seems like a really nice inclusion. We haven't got the other 2 of these yet in English. We've not been told how we're getting them. At some point we will. Bandai have been pretty good so far at making sure we get the promos. So no, we don't know how we're getting this. But we've seen a couple of these taken from the anime before. We're blatantly gonna get it. At least I believe we will. So as soon as we have any information, you know it's going to pop up in one of these videos. Now, there are some other Tamer battle cards we need to look at. The good or bad news, depending how you look at it, is that these are just reprint cards. Now, the bad news is they're just reprint cards, and new cards are fun and exciting. But the good news is you don't have to run around trying to get them. They're cool, they're fun, they will enhance your collection, you might want them. But you don't have to stress about having to find them somewhere. You can just ignore them if you want to. Now, for my money, by far the coolest of them, Monzaemon. We're getting an alternate art Monzaemon, and I, for one, am absolutely delighted. Now, the good news is we can literally look at these, and we can see that they've got the numbering on. So we can literally just look at it and go, oh, well, even if you don't read Japanese, and to be fair, Monzaemon is a vanilla card, so it doesn't really matter. But even if you don't read Japanese, you can look at this and go, oh, it's Monzaemon. Oh, that's kind of cool. And it is kind of cool. And to be fair, Monzaemon does see a bunch of play, because it's a 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to evolve level 5. It's not powerful, it's not particularly good in that regard, but it's cheap. And we like it because it's cheap. We also do see an alternate art version here of War Growlmon. This is the one that came around in Ultimate Power. It's fine. When you Digivolve, if you've got a red Tamer, you destroy one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 power or less. And it's got an inheritable skill, whereby if your opponent has 5 or more cards in the trash, you gain an extra 1,000 power. It's not a phenomenal card. It doesn't see a huge amount of play, but it does pop up here and there if that's the kind of thing that you are into. And then there is a lovely green one here as well to complete our little trio here of alternate art cards. It's actually Argamon, which, I'll be honest with you, I just did not see it from the art. I had to look it up. I had to look it up using the set number. But hey, we could look it up from the set number. Now, the Argamon here, obviously, people love it. It's got download -3, which is to say that you can evolve it for free if you rest one of your other Digimon. It's also got an inheritable skill that lets you play a level 3 green Digimon from your hand at rest without paying the cost, which is nuts. This sees a whole bunch of playing green decks. One of the great things about green decks is their ability to evolve up faster and more cheaply than other decks can. And this is a big part of it, especially as a level 5. So, honestly, of the 3 alternate art cards, one of them sees a bit of play, and 2 of them honestly see quite a lot of play. But of course, if we've got cards which are coming around as alternate art cards for participation, surely there must be an alternate art card for actually winning, and there is. It's Rise Greymon. Although I've heard conflicting reports from different shops. Some people are giving these out as prize cards. Some people, they are being raffled off, etc., etc. I've heard differing reports, but I don't know. It's Rise Greymon. And let's be clear, this has no actual bearing on anything, but this was card 38 in Ultimate Power, and Monzemon was card 38 in New Evolution. I find it weird they're coming around at the same time. Hey ho. Now, we like Rise Greymon. It sees a bunch of play in Shine Greymon decks. When you Digivolve, you get to play a yellow Tamer from your hand without paying its cost. Bearing in mind, Shine Greymon loves Tamers. So that's kind of cool. Although you don't get any played effects, which is relevant for a couple. And it's got an inheritable skill whereby if you've got 3 or more yellow Tamers, you get security attack +1. If you're playing a Shine Greymon deck, you are playing a deck that revolves around Tamers. If you're playing a yellow deck that revolves around Tamers, Rise Greymon is nuts. So this is exactly the kind of card you're going to want. Honestly, I actually prefer the regular art here. Sorry if that seems mean, but this is still a cool trophy card, and you know that people that want to bling out their decks are going to be after 4 copies of this, so when you get trophy cards like this that end up being playable cards, let's just say the value tends to increase a little bit. So those are the alternate art cards, the prize cards, all of that good stuff. But we need to talk about Friday. Because you see, on Friday, the game launches. I am beyond excited. Now, to be clear, there was a piece of news that came out on the official Facebook there a few days back, basically saying that some distribution is being delayed. And let's just get this out there right now. Don't complain about them being delayed. Like, Digimon want your money, yeah? Digimon want to get your money. And the card shops want to get your money. And the distributor wants to get your money. All the people involved in making and selling the cards to you, they all want your money. So when these cards are delayed, it's not a conspiracy. It's not because they hate you. It's not because Bandai are inept. It's not because the distributor is inept. It's not because your local card shop is inept. It's because we're in the middle of a global pandemic. And many, many places are either shut down, or they're working at reduced capacity, or they're working with reduced staff, etc. Yeah, there are going to be some delays. The way they put it on the site is, due to logistical challenges surrounding freight at the moment, some European distributors are receiving their Digimon pre-sale later than planned. Every effort is being made to ship product to retailers on time for release on the 27th of November, and we only expect disruption for shipments with longer transit times greater than 3 days. Please contact your local distributor for more information. Well, maybe mine's late. Mine might be late, incidentally. It happens. Like, don't get me wrong. If you've been following me on this channel and the Digimon news, you know that I honestly believe I can say with a completely straight face that I am one of the people that is the most excited for this game. I have pre-ordered 2 boxes and 2 of each starter deck. And I'll be honest with you, my local game store is unlikely to sell out quickly. I might not stick at 2 boxes. I'm not going to order more yet. I'm going to make sure they aren't sold out before I try. But if they're not sold out, I may well pick up at least 1 more box. I have been covering this game in earnest since literally before we knew the rules. I could not be more excited about this game. But we're in a global pandemic right now. And some things get delayed, some things happen. So I just wanted to pop in a news video. Hey, it's out in 4 days. I could not be more excited. But I also needed to share the news with you that there might be a small delay on some of them. And you know what? If there are, there are. We will have to get over it. We will be fine. If you want some unashamedly, unabashedly good news, how about the fact that we finally have actual registration open for this webcam tournament. Now, do remember this is taking place on the 12th and 13th of December. That is to say, it is only with the pre-sale. Pre-sale only, ladies and gentlemen. pre-sale only. That is to say, as sad as this is, if you are one of the people that has not been able to actually get hold of cards in the pre-sale for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to enter this tournament. Does that mean a ban? No, it doesn't. It's a popular card game, and allocation has been lowered because... yeah, you all know the reason it's been lowered. But the fact of the matter is, this is a cool thing. It has been confirmed as best of 3 50 minutes, which is cool. Best of 3 is nice. Best of 3 means you don't play one game and get stomped because you drew a bad opening hand and then lose. All the people that are getting very annoyed at the lack of mulligans in this game, best of 3 is one way to get around the whole lack of mulligans. That is another question we will probably address at some point in the future. It's not a question that needs to be addressed today. One thing that does need to be addressed today is the prizes, and these have been revealed. Now, there is a cost for entering the tournament. We've not been told what the cost is yet, so we'll have to wait and see. Whatever it is, I'm in, I don't care. But just for entering, you get sent one of each of the promotional memory gauges. Now, these were given out in Japan a little while ago, so it's great that we're getting them. A promotional storage box, and one copy of Promo Pack Volume 0, which, I mean, for those of you that didn't win the raffle over in the US, or went in the US, that's cool. Top 16 gets 3 more promo packs, which, to be fair, will then give you a playset of every card in there. But it's a fairly uninspiring prize. And first place, just first place, gets a set of sleeves and a card case. Now, on the one hand, I think the prizes are spectacularly underwhelming. And on the other hand, I am delighted. Now, I am sure that deck box and those sleeves have already been sold over in Japan for a while. So I don't even think these are exclusive sleeves and card cases. So, essentially, for signing up, you get a promo pack, storage box, memory gauge. And the storage box and memory gauge, I'm fairly sure, are exclusive. If you then make top 16, you get 3 more promo packs, but you can get them from your local game store when you pick up your order, and a bunch of people won these in a raffle in the US, and they'll probably be given out in other places as well. And then the only other prize is first place, where you get sleeves and a deck box, which honestly you could probably just go online and buy right now. And this means that it shouldn't be hyper competitive. Like, this is a little webcam, or hopefully a fairly big webcam tournament. It's a webcam tournament that is being held between the pre-sale and the official release. This is not supposed to be crowning a Digimon world champion. This is supposed to be a lovely way to just have a little bit of a play and get a tournament going. If there were awesome prizes online in a webcam tournament, you'd have people stacking their deck. You'd have people just taking the mick. People would. I'm sorry, they would. Here, the prizes do not justify cheating of that nature. I hate that I'm not going to be able to shuffle my opponent's deck, though I will be trying to make sure that they don't do anything untoward. But the fact of the matter is that it's just not worth cheating. The participation prizes are awesome and I love them. And the only other real prizes here are for coming first, which is only going to be one person, and they ain't exclusive, so I think we're cool. Now, although you cannot sign up for this event yet, what you can do is register your interest, and you need to. So I'll pop a link in the description. Please make sure you go and do so. In fact, that's not going to work. There's multiple different links. Go on to Facebook and find the Digimon TCG official English version. It is facebook.com/Digimon TCG EN. And they will have a whole bunch of links there, and you can follow the right one for your region. But you do need to make sure you sign up, or at least register your interest so you can sign up. If you're not going to be getting any cards in the Super Pre-release, don't register your interest, because you can't play, and you might take a place away from someone who can, and that would be a slightly selfish thing to do. So don't be that person. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a fairly croaky news. We got through it. I'm a little bit proud of me. But now it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about all of these news stories. So let me know in the comment section. Would ya? Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing as always Look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.